Hello, I'm Mr. Love, Cupid's own spoiled child, and I'm here to spill the tea on Diane Ladd's romance saga. If you're tired of boring dating history channels, you're in the right place. Don't forget to subscribe. Diane Ladd is our star today, and trust me, her love life isn't dull. She's Oscar-nominated 3 times and a Golden Globe winner, a legendary character actress. But no matter how epic her on-screen roles, Diane's real-life romance had its share of drama, heartbreak, and triumph. Let's dive into the timeline of who stole her heart and how she kept chasing love. After all, what's more exciting than Hollywood love stories with unexpected twists? Warren Beatty, 1958, rumored romance. Before the world knew Diane Ladd as an Oscar-nominated star, there's a juicy rumor swirling about a brief fling with Warren Beatty in 1958. If true, this would have been a very young Diane, just 22, dating the future Hollywood heartthrob. Details are scarce. Diane has never publicly detailed this chapter, but some celebrity archives list Beatty as a 1958 romance. Picture this: 2 wide-eyed actors working NYC stages, a whirlwind first love, maybe a dance on Broadway. Honestly, it sounds like a Hollywood script. Whether it was a serious courtship or just a flirtation, it ended, or fizzled, by 1960 when Diane met her future husband. As far as official records go, Warren Beatty doesn't appear again in Diane's timeline, suggesting this was just a short-lived chapter in her love story. But hey, who among us hasn't had a Hollywood crush that came and went? Bruce Dern, 1960 to 1969, husband. 1960 was a big year for Diane. While performing in an off-Broadway play, she met actor Bruce Dern, and sparks flew. They married just months later, making Diane a Hollywood wife at barely 24 years old. Diane joked later, "I married Bruce when I was very, very young, and boy did life teach her some lessons fast." In November 1960, the couple welcomed their first child, a daughter named Diane Elizabeth. Tragically, little Diane died in 1962 from an accident in a neighbor's pool. That kind of heartbreaking loss is almost unimaginable. How do you keep loving after that? Diane Ladd has said losing her baby tore us apart, and indeed the marriage began to crumble under the weight of grief. In 1967, Diane became a mother again, this time to Laura Dern, the baby that would grow up to be an Oscar-winning actress. For a while it seemed they'd make a fresh start, but by 1969, after nearly a decade together, Diane and Bruce divorced. Diane candidly reflected on those first 2 marriages years later. "I married 2 men, Bruce and Bill, neither of which know how to show love." Ouch, but a brutally honest assessment. It sounds like both young husbands were ill-equipped for the kind of unconditional love Diane's Southern heart needed. Despite the pain of their past, life had a sweet twist. In the late 1980s and 90s, Diane and Bruce reconnected on screen, often acting opposite each other, notably co-starring in Wild at Heart with daughter Laura. By the 2000s, they were on friendly terms, even appearing together with Laura on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2010, each receiving adjacent stars. As Diane herself quipped, laughing about directing her ex-husband, she's the only woman to direct her ex-husband, teasing, "If you want revenge, direct your ex-husband." That sense of humor shows Diane's resilience. Real talk, being married to Bruce Dern gave Diane 2 beautiful children and a mountain of memories, both happy and heartbreaking. It taught her, as she admitted, to look for a different kind of love in the future.
William A. Shea, Jr., 1969 to 1977, husband. No rest for the hopeful romantic. In the same year she split from Bruce, Diane Ladd married her second husband, businessman William A. Shea, Jr., the son of the Shea Stadium namesake. They wed in late 1969, launching Diane into a very different world. Instead of Hollywood scripts, Mr. Shea's world involved boardrooms and blue-chip deals. The couple was married for about 8 years, finally ending their union in 1977. In later interviews, Diane implied that Mr. Shea, like Bruce, was a good but emotionally distant man. She once said she had selected two men who needed someone to give love and didn't know how to give it. From the outside, it looked calm, no headlines about scandals, just an actress living a quieter life. But you can imagine Diane sometimes daydreamed at Shea Stadium nights, wondering, is this it? After years of early tragedy and a long marriage to an everyman, maybe Diane realized she wanted a love that was passionate and open. She continued to work on TV and film through the 70s, even playing roles opposite her mom, nurturing Laura's budding acting talent. Still, the Shea years, 1969 to 1977, were a quiet chapter. By 1977, Diane made it official, and they parted. As she later mused, she learned from these marriages that she deserved someone who could share love freely, a lesson she held on to as she waited for what was next. In other words, Diane's heart was still kicking, just waiting for the right script. Robert Charles Hunter, 1999 to 2025, husband. Flash forward 2 decades, Diane Ladd would finally find her enduring romance. On Valentine's Day 1999, she married Robert Charles Hunter, a former PepsiCo CEO. This time, fortune gave her a supportive partner from the business world. They wed at Connie Stevens' Bel Air home, with singer Della Reese officiating. Quite the romantic scene. Guests included stars like Billy Bob Thornton and Kathy Bates. But perhaps the best man was Diane's own mom, who gave her away, and her daughter Laura, who was there proudly. Robert embraced Diane's Hollywood life with open arms. He became a stepfather to Laura and doted on Diane in return. Over the years, the two were inseparable, walking red carpets together, enjoying family holidays, and often gushing at each other on social media. Diane even captioned a family photo calling Hunter "my heart" and referred to him as the best date ever. After all those ups and downs, Diane had finally found a true partner. Tragically, this loving chapter ended in 2025. Robert Charles Hunter passed away at age 77 in late July 2025. The loss stunned everyone who knew them. They had been together 26 years. Diane, then 89, was heartbroken, but remained full of gratitude. As her daughter Laura said in a statement, Diane was by her side as she flew to her angels. In those final months, Diane even traveled and appeared publicly, co-authoring a book with Laura in 2023 about love and divorce, titled Honey, Baby Mine. The book's message was clear. Diane turned her personal experiences, pain and all, into wisdom. What did this marriage teach Diane? That love can come late in life and be as sweet as you deserve. From 1999 to 2025, Diane and Robert built a warm family together, blending children and grandchildren into a cozy American tale. When Robert died, Diane lost her heart, and, heartbreakingly, she herself passed away just months later, on November 3rd, 2025. It's almost as if her role in this world ended with the closing scene of a movie, surrounded by love. Their story proves it's never too late for true love, and sometimes the last romance becomes the most lasting. Conclusion. Diane Ladd's love story reads like a script full of suspense and heart. She endured heartbreaking loss and divorce, yet never gave up on love. In the end, she found a devoted partner in Robert Hunter and built a late-in-life romance that lasted decades. Diane's journey teaches us to keep our hearts open. Love can surprise you at any age. Today, as we bid farewell to this Oscar-nominated icon, we remember all the love she gave and received. Rest in peace, Diane Ladd. You flew with the angels, just as Laura said. Thanks for watching this deep dive into a Hollywood love life. This is Mr. Love signing off. Stay in love, everyone, and keep chasing those happy endings.